Hi everybody, this is Heather Clark at Running Totally Free. My husband, Michael Clark, is missing from this view because he's at work right now. He has a Facebook page called Running Totally Free, and also he shows up on YouTube to talk about his ultra running experiences. And I'm probably forgetting something else that he does. He's a very multi-talented guy. And I have a Facebook page and a blog that are called Running Totally Free in High Heels. So you can imagine that's from a woman's perspective. Well, we decided to give QuickTime Player a try to see if the volume comes up more clearly, because when we did when we video from my phone through YouTube, it was just way too quiet. So we're going to attempt this. So you'll have to let us know how this goes. I tried to make this kind of a homey look. We've got the fire going, which the video has it in reverse. It's over here to me, but that's really weird. Anyway, it was really, I've had a hard day today. I told you in the previous video that we would be sharing even the hard times. And I have to say, just a little backstory, a couple of employment opportunities have been made available to me or for me to consider, and they just haven't matched up with our family's goals. And so, at least for now, I've had to say no. And that's been discouraging for me because above my head, I have this looming debt that I want to be free from. My husband wants to be free from. We're just done. And I know how tired my husband is. He's a very hard worker, and he has tirelessly worked to keep me home so I can homeschool our children, to give them the experience of having a stay-at-home mom. And right now, in the situation where we have a 10-month-old baby on top of it, I really need to be home. So we're just in a place of waiting, and that's not easy. So to kind of encourage myself, I opened up my financial peace box, and I just really started thinking, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts and see if they spoke to you too. I know I've spoken to friends, and in kind of my, I guess, realm of influence, and we've talked a little bit about what we know and what we don't know about Dave Ramsey, and it's run the gamut of some people have already followed, been going through his baby steps, to I've heard of him, but I really don't know a whole lot about him. So I hope that this will bring some information out there for those who don't know as much about him as well. So we showed this to you before, the Financial Peace member book, which we will start working through this Sunday, the first chapter. But I noticed that after the table of contents, this will be our first workbook pages that we'll work through on Sunday. And they started out with this question, and it says, tell your story week 1. What do you expect to be your greatest challenge as you get started with Financial Peace University? And so I wrote Heather, and my husband will he'll have his opportunity to say what his challenge is. For myself, I said, changing the habit of buying things because we need them, maybe even legitimately need them. I know that I'm not alone in this, that a lot of times we justify it in the store and say, well, we need this. This will come in handy, or we're gonna need this soon. And sometimes those needs are legitimate, but they don't actually fit in our budget, and that's one of the multitude of ways that we can get ourselves into debt. So I know one of the things that I'm going to have to get back into the practice of doing is shopping my home first before I even consider buying anything for my home. And even then, I may just have to tell myself, no, it's going to have to wait, and I'm going to have to ask God to provide through some miraculous way, honestly. So moving on, there was a quote that's kind of related to this that I think is just so powerful, and something I hope that you'll think about once I share it and kind of mull over this weekend. And it says this: one definition of maturity is learning to delay pleasure. Children do what feels good. Adults devise a plan and follow it. Well, Michael and I have had times when we have acted like children and done what felt good, and then we've had times that we have followed a plan. And this, I've been listening to him, his broadcasts, even on YouTube, the replays, and I've heard him say that quote a number of times, and seeing it again today was a reminder that I need to stick to it. I had shared in a Periscope this morning a quote that I hope is going to be right here because I forgot about. Yep, it is. Significant change requires significant investment. So if we want significant change in our financial situation, it's going to take significant investment. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's always going to be comfortable. And then I had also shared a quote from Money Saving Mom, and she said, "Don't quit before it gets good." And I'm sorry, that the significant change quote comes from a book called The 5 a.m. Miracle, or Morning Miracle. And that quote, "Don't quit before it gets good," comes from her, Crystal Payne. And so I was reminded today, I haven't even started yet. I can't quit before it gets good. There's going to be some stumbling blocks. There's going to be some times of struggle and questioning, and that's just part of the process. God uses that, and that's life. I was in a discussion with a friend of mine last night. We talked about the fact that life is organic. It doesn't just continue to stay in one line, always the same. It changes, it evolves. You bring new members into the family, like we did with a 10-month-old after not having had a child in 7 years. That was an organic change to our family's life. We have had things happen to us. I had a car accident a long time ago. Later ended up in a cervical fusion in my neck. We've had, you guys know about this stuff. You have appliances break down. You have cars break down. You have just life situations happen. So once again, life is organic, but we need to stick with it, even when life changes, and hold on. And for me, that's holding on to Jesus and believing that He wants the best for me. And I just ask Him each day to make the way before me. And so I wanted to leave you with that. Michael and I will start telling our story, more of our personal story, most likely Sunday or Monday. And that'll give you a deeper understanding of where we're coming from. And we will also share what was discussed in class. So thank you for allowing us to continue to share what we're going through, for allowing me to be vulnerable and tell you about just the discouragement I had today. And thank you for letting us also test out the volume on QuickTime Player. That's what we're actually working with right now. So have a wonderful weekend. Remember this quote, chew on it, that significant change requires significant investment. And hang in there. Don't quit before it gets good. Have a great weekend.